Good fish. The scales are bigger than some of the tarpon scales I've seen. Probably the first time I saw a big carp, and I was probably 10 years old. I saw them behind Babbitt Sports Center, and I think they were doing some spawning activity, but I couldn't believe the size of these fish. I was fearful and thinking, my God, I can't believe I used to wade in that water. But then, man, after I saw them, I said, I want to catch these fish. They were bigger than the pike and the other things we were catching. They seemed these huge, solid fish. So I took crawlers. I researched. I asked people. Some people said use dough balls. And it wasn't until a few years later that I thought using flies. It's been a long journey. These fish are incredibly wily. They almost move like a pod or a family. I see different groups, and the groups converge oftentimes, especially feeding. And watching them and what they do, I've seen them deny. I've tried boilies, you name it. The fly is the way to catch these fish, and you don't need to put. I want to stress something else. I never put scent or attractant on my flies, ever. I don't like what it does to flies. I'm dubious as to how well it works. However, I cannot stress enough, when you really get into the psychological aspect of fly fishing for the carp, you'll find them to be an honorable, wary, wily adversary. Might not be that big, it's got shoulders on it.
Yeah.
You recording me?
Yep.
Good deal.
I got you.
As soon as you get one, though, they seem to all disappear.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to land it right up in here.
Oh, why, in the opening?
Yeah, right up in here, so maybe I can get into another one without disturbing him with his fighting. All right, we got to get him away from that pipe.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah, it's not that big a one. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
All right, that's all right. We'll get into another one. Fuck me. We're in trouble, dude. I got a big one. fish off again. Darn. Taking a swim. Echo iron. 8 weight, 10 foot. Ultimate carp. Love it. It's a thumper, man. I don't know if it's using the current or. No! Yeah. They are wily. Very wily fish. Big carp on the spay. There's a lot of questions about why I fly fish for carp all the time, which a lot of people would say I do fly fish for these fish more than other species. With steelhead, the areas I get to 90% of the time, they're a seasonal fish. Winter steelhead fishing is not bad here. And they're good fish, you know. You wouldn't know them from fish from other parts of the country, to tell you the truth. But the carp, they offer something that, you know, even the biggest steelhead and salmon, I've only been brought into the backing by fish in like the 30, 36, 37 pound category. But even a small carp, these fish fight so hard. Such survivors. You know, people think of them as just like a scum-sucking fish, but here in the Great Lakes, and I've heard reports elsewhere, these fish go predatory. They chase 3-inch sculpins and minnows, and I've seen them do it. So mostly I'm using these headstands. Sometimes I'll use whatever falls in the water. We get a lot of these tent worms here, And you can make a pretty good, I call it like a subsurface fly. It begins floating. Sometimes you got to give it a squeeze and a flick. And it'll float for a bit, then sink down. And I've seen carp watch those. I've got a few carp off the surface. But these fish have, they are a noble fish, and a lot of people are ahead of the curve in realizing that, particularly the European carp anglers, which I have huge respect for these people. The specialist anglers of Europe. As a kid, I remember seeing how much joy and admiration for the carp the British people had, and I did too, and I was always saddened to see them being shot with bows, or, you know, some guy might hook one walleye fishing, and as a kid you see the guy throw it up on the bank, and oh, it's garbage, it's garbage. Well, you know, these fish aren't garbage fish. They are a sport fish, regardless of being recognized or not. Nobody can deny the fight of these fish.
You alright?
You'll be set down the pipe a little bit. And I think I would have to say that the carp, it is just like the muskellunge, just two fine fly fishing gentlemen from, I believe, Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. And these guys, huge admiration for them. These muskie fishermen, they called the muskie the common man's trophy. And I like that term, and I appreciate hearing that term, because that's how I think of a carp too, as a common man's trophy. And I'll continue to fish for them, and I'll stand up for educating people and the usefulness of this fish. I mean, so many people, you got guys fishing smallmouth bass in the river, and they say, well, there's no trout, you know, we don't have a, you know, a year-round salmon steelhead fishery here. Well, you know, 5-pound smallmouth bass is all well and good on a 4-weight rod, but some people, you know, the big game sport fishermen, they put your equipment to the test. So I always say, don't be intimidated to have the big equipment. And when people laugh at you and say, oh, your equipment's too big, ho, 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 don't listen, don't listen. Use the big equipment, because it's always put to the test. Fly fishing for carp. On the rare occasion, you can use flies that imitate some. These are dog biscuits. That's a piece of corn / worm. But 9 out of 10 times, if I'm going to catch a carp, it's going to be on a red or black crayfish pattern. This is a particular murky water blend. You just put a small piece of thread on the back. It's almost like a tail marker. It waves up at them. Any type of little bug like this with weighted eyes. However, to make the fly effective, it must stand upright in the water. So before you go tying up your fly and using your material, you're going to want to make sure that that fly will stand on its head. This is a heavier eye model. I use that in rivers where the water moves quicker and I don't want my crayfish to go flying. But again, 9 out of 10 times I'm using the bead chain eye right there. And anything that imitates a crayfish, here's a larger one. It's like a fighting crawdad. And anything that imitates these, here's some casings. Now these, I've got a few carp off the top, but generally you're going to want to be bottom fishing for your carp. Another great pattern. To me, I think it must be imitative of a freshwater clam, with the pink being the foot of the clam. These two, any head-standing fly, the carp just seem to eat them up. And do not forget about the color black. Great carp fly. It's a black Medusa with a bunny tail. And it looks like nothing I've seen swimming around here, or anywhere for that matter, but it's just one of those things, seem to work. Indicators. These work great certain times of the year if you want topwater action. Which, who doesn't like that, right? Sight fishing for big carp in the flats. This is one of my favorite spots for those predatory carp I'm always talking about. If you get in right down there, oftentimes you can watch them chase a crayfish or a sculpin pattern, and they will chase it. You can see their big light colored mouth open. Oh, and you get it. Oh my God, we're in a dogfight. Alright, it's coming in. Whew. Oh, come on. Oh no, another run. Oh no, you don't. Come on. Oh, this is like a knife fight in a closet. Oh, come on. Oh, it's a good carp. Might be a big mirror. Oh, it's a big girl. Or boy, can't tell. All the big ones are girls to me. Oh yeah, we got a good fish. Very good fish. Oh, he's running again. Oh. This fish really wants to get away. Oh yeah, this is a good carp. Very good fish. Alright, I'm gonna have to act fast here. Okay, fish is coming in. Oh yeah, good carp. Very good. Alright. Alright. There she is. Oh, good fish. Good fish. Okay. I cannot believe I landed this crazy. It was in a rat's nest of a place too. It was nice sight fishing. I got to see this fish take. Yeah, let's get a look. It's a good fish. Very good. All right. Let's see if I can get that hook out. Oh no. Let me unhook you, pal. All right, there we go. One more time. All right, healthy. Hog. It's one of these narrow passageways I come through to catch these monster carp. And part of that reason is because they're being pressured so hard by bow fishing. I'm going to talk a little bit about the equipment we're using today. And I'm using my spay rod the last few days. These rods are great for carp, pike, salmon, bass. And the rod tip for Echo, because Echo is such a great company, they will replace or repair, and it's, I believe, $35 for any repair or replacement for the life of the rod. And it's got about a week turnaround time. You really can't beat that. And for price-wise, the Echo equipment, aesthetically, functionally, it's just great stuff. But what we're using today is, last night we had quite a thunderstorm, so I'm using this variation of the headstand. He's got a, what I call a glow butt. And it's just a little marker, give the carp a little more of a flag to see. We've already got a couple today, so it's not bad. One thing I want to talk about was spay casting. Now, I've spay casted for salmon, steelhead all winter long using Skagit heads, Scandi heads in the summer sometimes, and then just a traditional spay line most of the time in the summer and fall. But what people don't do, and I myself am guilty of this, is it's the taping up of these rod sections. Even spay casting in smaller areas, pretty much this whole area, you can get away with big roll casts, single spays. Everything's within the 50-foot range. The size of the rod and the length, sometimes you can drop it right down on top of carp when you're stalking them. So it does come in handy. Don't be shy about using a really long rod. Although I do prefer my 10-foot here. But again, I can't, you know, even with these smaller spay casts, it rolls the rod. And with all the technology these days we have in rod blanks, you still, you know, that's one thing that's not going to be fixed. The very motion of the style of fishing itself rolls them. So don't be shy. Go ahead and put the tape on there, and you'll be happy in the long run. Every time I've not used the tape, especially steelhead fishing, I find the rod will loosen up, and in the middle of fishing, you got to go up there and hink it down a little bit. Everybody's done it. As far as reels go, I love these bat and kills. On my other rod, I'm using an Orvis Access, and honestly, I like the bat and kill better. It's the simplicity of design. Now when I got this, the drag was a little hefty on it, even in the lowest setting, but you know, I went ahead and adjusted it, and after adjusting it once, it seemed like it kind of snapped into tune, and then getting pulled and dragged by those big carp, it's come along. You really don't have to go too crazy on equipment, functionality. It's good to have quality stuff, but again, you know, I don't fish hardy reels or things like that, and it's mainly I don't fish things like that, and I don't like to use really expensive sage rods at all, because the fish don't care what kind of equipment you're using. You know, it's like Jurassic Park. They didn't care how nice the park was. The animals will do what they do. To show a lot of people wonder why I use spay rods so much. People say, look at, he's gone into the rat's nest with a 13-foot 3-inch rod. However, believe it or not, I can cast much more efficiently with a spay rod than I can with a 9-foot rod in this area. Sorry about that, I had a big old spider on my face. These places look pretty in the videos, however, You very quickly find that they're full of creepy crawlies. You gotta just get used to it.
He's leaving. Gonzo. The giant fish. I just put my line in the water too, and I look over. And Rich has got one on the line. It's crazy. All he did was put his line in the water. Oh, is he gonna go again? Is he gonna go again?
We lost him, dude.
What?
We lost him, dude.
What?
Fish quick. This fish is Florida, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is a good fish. I want to land this fish quick before he warns his buddies about what's going on. Come on, big fella. Swimming right at him. Perfect. If I could for a moment just showcase the power of the Dak Hogan rod by Echo. 8 weight, 13. You know what? I forgot my net. If they ever have a bumper sticker with my face on it, it's gonna be I forgot my net. Where's my net? hookup too. Fish is all rough and ragged from rubbing up against the rocks. Pre-spawn activity. Notice the missing scales. Very nice fish though. Alright pal. There you go, you old Ronin. Oh, not done yet. Seriously thinking about investing in a match.
Yeah.
Not a little dinky trout. Big long man. That was a good hook. Looks like a side mount. Yeah, that's a good hook. It's a pretty fish too. It might be a mirror carp. I'd be so happy. I wanted to catch one of those. Goodness. Oh, so pumping. All right, we got it. It's a mirror carp. It's a mirror carp, dude. Beauty. Oh yes, and it's a good solid hookup. Beautiful, dude. Oh, this is a treasure, Jerry. Look at that beautiful, beautiful mirror carp. So rare. Look at the scales. Beautiful. That is beautiful. This is worth 100 giant carp to me. What a beauty, dude. Let's get the other side and look at it. Look at that. Good hookup. Oh, look at Jerry.
Ooh, that's nice.
Isn't that beautiful, dude?
Yeah.
Size means nothing. A mirror carp. Come in close and get these.
I gotta zoom on it.
Look at those scales. Totally awesome, dude. Beautiful. What a mirror carp. So rare. Look at the scales. Beautiful. That is beautiful. This is worth 100 giant carp to me. What a beauty, dude. Let's get the other side and look at it. Look at that. Good hookup. Oh, look at Jerry.
Ooh, that's nice.
Isn't that beautiful, dude?
Yeah.
Size means nothing. A mirror carp. Come in close and get these.
I gotta zoom on it.
Look at those scales. Totally awesome, dude. What a beauty. Look at that. Alright, let's get it. That is awesome, dude. Like I said, this is worth 100 giant carp to me.
Thank